Warning: the following video contains explicit language which may be offensive to some viewers or inappropriate for children. The content within this video is intended for mature audiences only.
Warning: this video will contain spoilers for the 1989 avant-garde movie Dr. Caligari. This video may contain images of Laura Albert's bare breasts. Viewing beyond this point is done at your own risk. I take no responsibility for your decision. Thank you and please have a nice day.
Hello and welcome to this video. In today's video we are going to be discussing the 1989 movie, avant-garde movie on top of that, Dr. Caligari, or Caligari, depending on how you pronounce the A. This falls in the category of weird. But before we get in that movie, we have to go all the way back to 1920 Germany. In Europe and to a certain degree America, you have a lot of things going on. You have the First World War ending. You have American troops coming back from Europe. You have the rise of Dadaism. You have other things within avant-garde coming to fruition. And in 1920, a movie was made. Silent movie called The Cabinet of Dr. Caligari. This movie it's a silent movie. It's before the talkies. And it's basically about a psychiatrist, Dr. Caligari, who experiments on the patients in his asylum. Hypnotizing some patients to murder people, some patients to do other things, and it's out there for 1920 Dadaism avant-garde. Probably not that far out, but from 2024 sensibilities, yeah, it's out there. Okay, let's fast forward to 1989. In 1989, we get the avant-garde sequel, kind of, maybe, simply titled Dr. Caligari. This movie was directed by Steven Syedian, who is best known for his work for Mr. Larry Flint. He also made avant-garde styled adult film. And yes, I mean those adult films. He's working for Larry Flint, come on. So he decides he's going to try his hand at non-adult industry, just kind of general things. So we get this movie. This is one of those movies that I have to tell you that technically, legally, and by dictionary definition, this is a movie. This is what happens when somebody who's really into the avant-garde lifestyle gets way too much money to buy a movie. See what? Yeah. The movie is 80 minutes long. It is very sexually charged. And it takes place in the modern day. I can't find out anywhere where it lists what the budget was. But I am convinced whatever the budget was, about $10 of it was spent on writing the script, and probably about the rest of the budget was spent on LSD for the actors to take so they could make the movie. Even for me, this movie is kind of out there, and this is somebody who really thought the Kubrick version of A Clockwork Orange was entertaining and relatively normal. So, in fact, if you've seen the movie Brazil is very, very tame and G-rated compared to this movie. This movie received an R rating from the MPAA. Fine people at the MPAA. The movie basically is taking place with Dr. Caligari's granddaughter, great-granddaughter. Takes place 70 years. It takes place in 1989, whereas the original movie took place in 1920. So the year that it's made, the two movies, The Cabinet of and simply this one, take place in the year they were made. So you have that, except now in the movie that we're talking about, Dr. Caligari. She works, it's his granddaughter, she works for the CIA. And the CIA is doing pretty much CIA things, kind of with a MK Ultra avant-garde take, experimenting on people. It's this, like I said, this movie's wild, but it does touch on some subjects, and it does it in such a way that you don't question, you don't get offended, you don't get upset, but it's there, and it's there. I'm not sure how to put it into words. It's not disrespectful, but at the same time, it's made in such a way, it's done in such a way that the average, the person watching this movie, because I don't think the average person would watch this movie, but this movie deals, like I said, it deals with sexual addiction. It deals with transgenderism. It deals with cannibalism. It deals with murdering. And basically the failed attempts of the way the mental health profession was viewed in 1989. The shortcomings, the lackings of proper mental health. And it's really there. It's out there. But it's done in a comedic, the avant-garde, and it's, if you could make it past the sets, the dialogue, the obviously blasted out of their gourds on some kind of high-end hallucinogen actors and actresses, there are some fairly decent messages about how the mental health profession is inadequate and how they just willy-nilly do things for somebody else's benefit. The premise is you have Dr. Caligari, like I said, works for the CIA in a clandestine type of MK Ultra setting. Trying to get the cat down. One of the patients that she's working with is, for lack of a better term, and the term they use in the movie, a nymphomaniac. And she has an insatiable libido, and her husband brings her in to get treated for her basically sex addiction. What we refer to now as sex addiction. And another patient she's treating is a psychotic murderer. And through chicanery and plot contrivance and weirdness, this mixing or exchanging of brain fluids happens. And okay, that was something. And on the other end, we have our psychopath, our murderer. And here's a really, really, really short bit of him after the fluid this is like 1 or 2 seconds long, and like I said, this is, and I'm not cherry picked, trust me. If you think I'm cherry picking these scenes, go watch this movie for yourself. But this is him after the brain fluid transfer. And we will start here.
Naughty, naughty, naughty.
Okay, that was something. Just when you do brain fluid transfers with psycho killers, hide the mirrors. It is what it is. This movie is up there, and I want to leave you with this one last clip because this is hilarious. It is funny, and it's not something that any man wants to have happen to them. So we'll go ahead and I'll run this clip. Then we'll do the summation, if that's what you want to call it. So now.
I want his boy thing. Twist it like a rubber band until it snaps.
Okay, yeah, his boy thing. Yeah, it's just it's hard to swallow. I'm gonna be honest with you. I came across this movie because of one of the web pages that not web pages, YouTube channels that I occasionally get intoxicated and binge watch the channel, and that is Brandon Tenold, Canadian YouTuber, professional YouTuber. Wonderful channel. If you're into avant-garde / B movies / bad horror movies / terrible Godzilla movies, his web channel I would highly recommend. It is worth it. Like I said, when I get intoxicated, I love binge watching these videos. It's great. I have come across some really good movies because of stuff he's done on his site, and I've come across a whole lot of not bad, but well, movies like this one. Just some crazy shit that's been made over the years. Now, I will try to put a link in the bottom to Brandon's webpage or his YouTube channel, but it's yeah. In summation, Dr. Caligari, Caligari. It's one of those ones I have to look at in order to pronounce correctly. Dr. Caligari. Would I recommend it? Yes, I would. I would recommend it simply because it does accentuate how lacking our mental health facilities are. It spotlights the government and how the government throughout the 60s, 70s, 80s used mental health and manipulated people and used experimentation under the guise of mental health. Yes. But for most normies out there, this movie is going to be a bridge too far. I can guarantee it right now. If your brain cannot wrap around concepts of Dadaism and avant-garde stuff, leave this. In fact, run away from this movie. This movie is not for you. But if Dadaism or avant-garde or any of that is your cup of tea, drink deeply. This is something. Like I said, it's hard to put into words. So I'm going to stop trying and I'm going to go ahead and sign off here. So be a good human, be good to other humans, and peace.
Hey, it's 10 p.m. Do you know where your children are?
Ooh-wee!